You are 42, it's 11 p.m. You're in a room with bare concrete walls, one light bulb, a cracked laptop, and a YouTube video playing on loop. A guy in a suit is telling you that you can make $10,000 a month from your laptop. He has a Lamborghini in the thumbnail. You've watched this video before. You've watched 17 videos like this. You bought the course last March, and the one before that in October, and something called a masterclass in January that you never finished. Your trading account is down 40%. Your dropshipping store made 2 sales. Both were to your cousin. And tonight, at 11 p.m., you're watching another video. Because maybe this one is different. It's not different. And the worst part, you're not stupid. You're not gullible. You're not lazy. You just never learned how this machine works. And there are 8 hacks that will change how you see the internet forever. Starting tonight.
Hank hacks!
There's a guy Hank follows online. Call him Chad. Chad wakes up at 5 a.m. Chad posts about it. Chad has a morning routine that takes 3 hours. Chad posts about that too. Chad drives a yellow Lamborghini. Chad rents it by the hour for content. You don't know that yet. Chad made $2 million last year. 1.9 of it came from selling a course about how to make $2 million. Chad's students made an average of $42 before fees. Chad posts their testimonials. He doesn't post their bank statements. Hank paid $997 for Chad's course in March. He finished Module 2. He still gets emails from Chad's funnel every single Tuesday. Hank used to think Chad had a secret. He does, but it's not the one he's selling. The Hackmaster doesn't judge that. It just goes back to the exact moment each mistake was made, so Hank can finally see it and fix it. Let's go back to the beginning. Now, let's hit rewind. You are 42, and this time you see the machine. You don't know it yet. But hack number 1 is the reason Chad has a Lamborghini and you have a half-finished course on your desktop. And it has nothing to do with effort. Hack number 1. The course math. Here's what nobody tells you about internet gurus. The product is never what they're selling. Chad doesn't make money trading. Chad makes money teaching trading. Chad doesn't make money drop shipping. Chad makes money selling the idea of drop shipping. This is not an accident. This is the business model. The course is the business. The Lamborghini is the advertisement. You are the customer. You have always been the customer. Here's the math Chad never shows you. If Chad sells a course for $997 to 10,000 people, that's $10 million. The people who buy the course, they need to make $10 million just to break even on what they paid Chad, collectively. Most of them make nothing. Chad makes another course about why they failed and sells it to the same people. This is called a funnel. Hank was in this funnel for 3 years. He called it investing in himself. Chad called it passive income. It was neither. You don't know it yet. But hack number 2 is the reason you believe Chad is rich from doing what he teaches. He isn't. And the proof has been visible the entire time. Hack number 2, the highlight reel. Here's what Chad shows you. The yellow Lamborghini, the Bali villa, the laptop on the beach, the screenshot of a striped dashboard showing $90,000 in 1 month. Here's what Chad doesn't show you. The Lamborghini costs $400 a day to rent. The Bali villa is a content house shared by 12 creators. The laptop on the beach has 17 browser tabs open and a deadline for tomorrow's email sequence. The striped screenshot is real. The expenses are not shown. The month before that one, not mentioned. Hank spent 2 years believing Chad's life was the result of the strategy Chad was selling. It wasn't. Chad's life is the result of selling Chad's life. The content is the product. The lifestyle is the advertisement. You're watching a commercial and calling it education. You don't know it yet. But hack number 3 is the most dangerous one because it doesn't feel like a trap. It feels like evidence. Hack number 3, the survivorship trap. You've seen the testimonials. Sarah made $8,000 in her first month. Mike quit his job after 90 days. Jennifer bought a house. These people are real. Their results are real. Here's what's also real. For every Sarah, there are 400 people who made nothing. For every Mike, there are 600 people still at their job. For every Jennifer, there are 1,000 people who are quietly down money and too embarrassed to talk about it. You don't see them because they don't make content, because failure doesn't get testimonials, because Chad's website doesn't have a page called "Here's what happened to the other 97%." This is called survivorship bias. Your brain sees the winners. Your brain assumes they represent everyone. They don't. They represent the statistical exception that was selected specifically to make you buy. Hank believed he would be the exception. He was not the exception. He was the 97% who quietly closed the course tab and never mentioned it again. You don't know it yet, but hack number 4 explains why you keep watching even when you know it's not working. And it's not weakness, it's neuroscience. Hack number 4 is the dopamine loop. Here's something Chad understood before you did. Your brain cannot distinguish between watching someone make money and making money. When Chad shows you a screenshot of $90,000, your brain releases dopamine. Not because you made money, because you witnessed money. The feeling is identical. This is why you keep watching. This is why the next video autoplays. This is why you've spent 400 hours watching trading content without placing a single profitable trade. The watching feels like progress. It isn't progress, it's the preview. And the preview is free because the preview is the hook, and the hook leads to the course, and the course leads to the next course, and Chad gets paid at every step. Hank watched Chad's free content for 8 months before buying the course. Chad planned for exactly that. The free content is the most expensive thing Chad makes. Because it costs you something money can't measure. It costs you time and the belief that you're making progress when you're standing completely still. You don't know it yet. But hack number 5 is the one that will make you uncomfortable because it means Chad isn't selling you a strategy, he's selling you a mirror. Hack number 5, the identity cell. Here's the real product Chad is selling, not the course, not the strategy, not the system. Chad is selling you a version of yourself that you desperately want to believe exists, the version of you that works from anywhere, the version of you that doesn't have a boss, the version of you that checks passive income before breakfast. That version of you feels real when you watch Chad's content. It doesn't feel real at 9 a.m. on a Monday when your alarm goes off. So you watch another video to feel it again. Hank didn't buy Chad's course because he believed in trading. Hank bought Chad's course because for 17 minutes watching the sales page, he felt like the version of himself that didn't have to go to work on Monday. Chad knew that. Chad built the sales page around that feeling. That feeling cost Hank $997. The feeling lasted about 3 weeks. The course is still on his desktop. Module 2, unfinished. You don't know it yet. But hack number 6 is the one running inside every sales page, every countdown timer, every limited spots available you've ever seen. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Hack number 6, the urgency machine. Hank has seen this offer expire 17 times. The same offer, the same countdown, the same only 12 spots left, every single Tuesday, from Chad's email list. Here's how the urgency machine works. There is no urgency. The countdown resets. The spots refill. The offer is always available. But your brain doesn't know that. Your brain sees a deadline and activates the same ancient mechanism that made your ancestors run from predators. Act now or lose the opportunity. The opportunity is not real. The mechanism is very real. This is called artificial scarcity. And it works on almost everyone, almost every time, because it was designed by people who spent years studying. The exact moment your rational brain turns off. Hank bought Chad's course on a Tuesday at 11:52 p.m., 8 minutes before the offer expired. The offer was available again on Wednesday morning. Hank found out 6 months later. He still gets the emails every Tuesday. You don't know it yet. But hack number 7 is the one that will make you angry, not at Chad, at what you were never told. Hack number 7, the boring business rule. Here's something Chad will never make a video about. The businesses that consistently make people wealthy are not interesting. They are not on YouTube. They do not have courses. They do not have masterminds. They do not have testimonials because the people running them are too busy running them to make content about running them. A laundromat, a cleaning company, a landscaping business, a small accounting firm, a plumbing operation. These are not exciting. These will not get you followers. These will not give you a lifestyle brand. These will give you something Chad's course never will, a real business with real customers, paying real money every single month without a funnel, without a masterclass, without a yellow Lamborghini in the thumbnail. Hank's neighbor runs a pressure washing business. He works 4 days a week. He made more last year than Hank did. He has never watched a Chad video. He has never bought a course. He has a van. He has a pressure washer. He has customers. That's the whole business. There is no course about this because there is nothing to sell because it just works. You don't know it yet, but hack number 8 is the one that changes your relationship with every piece of content you consume for the rest of your life. And it costs nothing and takes about 10 seconds. Hack number 8. The exit hack. Every time you watch a piece of content, ask one question. How does this person make money? Not how do they say they make money? How do they actually make money? Chad says he makes money trading. Chad makes money selling courses about trading. Chad says he makes money with drop shipping. Chad makes money selling courses about drop shipping. Chad says he makes money with passive income. Chad makes money from your active attention every single day. The question changes everything because once you know the real business model, you stop being the customer and you start being the observer. You watch differently. You buy differently. You invest your time differently. Hank watched Chad's Tuesday email arrive. He read the subject line. Only 3 spots left. He asked the question, how does Chad actually make money? He closed the email. For the first time in 3 years, he closed it without clicking. That's the exit hack. 10 seconds. One question. The entire machine stops working. You are 42. It's 11 p.m. The laptop is still open. But this time, you're not watching Chad. You're watching the machine. And you finally understand how it works and who it works for. It was never you. It was always Chad. But now you know. And knowing is the only thing that was ever actually worth buying. Chad never sold that because Chad can't afford for you to have it. Here's your complete list. 1. The course math, the product is never what they're selling. 2. The highlight reel, you're watching a commercial and calling it education. 3. The survivorship trap. You only see the winners they selected for you to see. 4. The dopamine loop. Watching money feels like making money. It isn't. 5. The identity sell. They're not selling a strategy. They're selling a version of you. 6. The urgency machine. The countdown is fake. The mechanism it triggers is real. 7. The boring business rule. The businesses that work don't have courses. 8. The exit hack. How does this person actually make money? Ask every time. That's it. That's the whole list. Hank did it. You can do it. He spent 3 years and several $1,000s learning what took Chad 10 minutes to set up. So there's hope for everyone. If Hank can finally close the email, you can do it too. Subscribe. New hacks every single week. The Hackmaster is waiting.
Hank hacks!